government spokesperson in the context of the Prime Minister's podcast.
See, it's not surprising. China has said that the Chinese dragon and the Indian elephant must dance together. What else will the Chinese say after the clean chit of the Prime Minister on 19th of June 2020? And this is what the Prime Minister had said.
न ही कोई गुस्सा हुआ है, न ही हमारी कोई पोस्ट किसी दूसरे के कब्जे में है.
So you see what he says.
सीमा में घुस आया.
Now what he says, ना कोई घुसा है, ना कोई घुस के आया है, ना कोई हमारे सीमा के हमारे जमीन पर किसी ने पोस्ट खड़ा किया है. He was very clear. There has been no incursion. So does it mean that there was an excursion? It was an incursion. The status quo was disturbed. And we have been demanding that the status quo that prevailed in March of 2020 must be restored. China unilaterally abrogated the status quo, which had been built up after talks and negotiations for after 30, 40 years. Long period. After Mr. Rajiv Gandhi went to Beijing in December 1988, then we had an agreement in 93, then we had an agreement in 96, then Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee went to Beijing. You know, the cumulative result of negotiations. But that status quo was disturbed. The Prime Minister is giving the clean chit to the Chinese. So what else is China going to say? What else is China going to say except support the Prime Minister? Because they've got a clean chit. Our negotiating position has been weakened. All we are asking is, you are claiming that you have signed an agreement with the Chinese. If there was no incursion, what is this agreement about? First question. Second, okay, you signed an agreement. We have raised some questions. We have some doubts. Let's have a debate in Parliament. I mean, Parliament is meeting and debating when the Chinese have invaded India in November of 1962. And for the last 5 years, we have not had a discussion on China, the challenges we face on the border. And what are we asking for? The opposition party, the Indian National Congress, is asking for a debate in both houses of Parliament so that at the end of the debate, we pass a resolution which reflects the collective will of the Indian Parliament to confront these challenges effectively. There is a security challenge, there's an economic challenge. Look at the trade deficit with China. Imports are ballooning. Most of our exports to Europe and China, America now are dependent on imports from China. So these are big challenges. So let's discuss it. Let's have a collective resolve. And let's show that we are one when it comes to dealing with the Chinese challenge. Not of the type of clean chit that our Prime Minister gave on the 19th of June 2020. And he gave it publicly, not privately. He gave it in an all-party meeting.